As they come in. My name's Andy Gebhart. I'm a mentor for Team 492, which is International School in Bellevue. This is my fourth year at mentoring for high school, plus I did Lego League for a year. I'm an engineering manager at Boeing. So the presentation today is talking about what to consider as you are selecting parts and where you're going to find things, okay? So my recommendation to everybody is go build a robotics folder in your Internet Explorer, start dropping the links in, take the sources that we covered today. It's a good starting point, add to it. You'll use it year after year. These presentations that you're seeing throughout the day will be posted on the FIRST website. So if you're trying to keep up with keeping or writing notes, go to the website. The links are going to be there. And so, okay. Put your track shoes on. I got 60 charts to cover in 60 minutes. I'm going to fly through certain parts of the things. Some of it is just giving you source of data that's probably not critical for you hear it as a presentation as much as to know where the source of parts are so you can go to it. Okay? Things we're going to cover: metals, plastics, motion and movement, things like gears, timing belts, chains, sprockets, bearings, bushings, lead screws, motors, gearboxes, etc. Electrical, we'll get into shaft encoders, potentiometers, wiring, connectors, PWM, sensors, miscellaneous hardware, things like machine screws, set screws, locking nuts, PEM nuts, shoulder screws, key stock, etc. Okay? So, kind of the Reader's Digest Guide to Materials. Why do I need to know this? Well, when it comes time for the season and you go to the online metals or whoever it is and buy your materials, you need to pick your materials based on the properties you're looking for and be able to convey to them what it is you want to go buy. So, things you need to consider are design for manufacturability, which means how is it at machining if you're going to machine it, weldability, strength, durability, price, things like that. Okay? Okay. This is right off of Online Metals website. I wanted to just kind of run through it. What I'm trying to convey to you is there's a lot of different types of aluminums. This isn't everything, but it's a good representative sample. And we're going to kind of cover some of the properties of each of those so you can kind of think about why is it you're selecting different things. 200 or 2000 series aluminum, 2011. It's very machinable. However, its weldability and strength are average at best. 2024 is used an awful lot in airplane design because we don't do a lot of machining on it. You do some level of machining, but it's very good for fatigue resistance. So where you have a lot of pressure cycles, etc. like that, you want the high fatigue resistance. Probably not a big aspect for you in a robot design. 5052, it's easy to weld, but it only has a fair machinability rating. 6061, I'll tell you that that's what I use almost exclusively. It has good machine capability, it has good strength, it's heat treatable, although I've never gone to heat treating post-processing. We'll get into heat treating on that a little bit more. It's comparatively easy to machine and weld. So put that as kind of high on your list of aluminums to use. You buy it at different heat treat, and so mostly I use 6061 T6 or T651 for the thicker stock. So that gives you a higher strength than something in its annealed condition. 6063, you'll see quite a bit. It's an architectural aluminum, so it's decent. It's fairly soft, so it's a little gummy as you're machining it. But it has significantly less. It's about half the strength of a 6061. 6262, where you need significant machining. It's okay, good for strength and corrosion resistance. 7075 is another aircraft grade aluminum. It's the highest strength aluminum alloy, but it has average to good rating for machinability and it's not considered weldable. So just things to consider. So once again, just 6061 is where I do most of my work. Stainless steel, you're not going to use a lot of stainless steel for components, but there's going to be times where you need to use stainless. There's all kinds of different, whether it's a 300 series, your 400 series, your precipitation hardened like the 15.5 or 17.4, 17.7, your nitronic 50s, nitronic 60s. So 303, good machining capabilities, generally considered to be weldable. 304 is the most commonly used stainless. It's weldable and machinable. I'm going to go back. The other thing that you'll see on the charts is what kind of form is it available in. Things like, is it available in hex or round stock? Is it available in sheet? Plate's just a thicker sheet. It's available in angles, and I had that same kind of data on the aluminums. Any questions? Precipitation hardened. Greatest, it's where you're getting into some of your higher strength. 15.5, 17.4, 17.7. This alloy is very similar to the 15.5 except that it tends to have more ferrite and is more magnetic. Okay, for rookie teams, it's a little more expensive, but you can get extruded stock like this that is great for rapid prototyping. I was told that there's a book or a box of these books that are out in the commons area, and we'll get into it. There's a couple of distributors here in the area that sell it. You cut it to length. Instead of having to weld it together, you've got slots in here, T-slots, where you can put the fasteners in for fastening it together. It is great for rapid prototyping, and you're going to find at competition that you're going to see a number of robot bases as well as appendages made out of this. I think if you look at one of them that's on display out there, they've got an elevator mechanism that I think used a similar type. So you can get it in squares, you can get it in rectangular, so that's a 2x2, a 3x3. You can get corners, all kinds of different things. So it's something to consider. So where do you go buy it? This is just a couple of sources, and I'll get into addresses on the next couple of charts. Alaska Copper and Brass, Metal Supermarket, Online Metals, and for those profiles, extruded profiles I was just talking about, Pacific Integrated Handling and Warden Fluid Dynamics. 80/20 is the manufacturer of those. So these guys are the distributors for those materials. So here's kind of the structure of the presentation. For each of the companies I'm talking about, I've got website, address, phone number, some of the things that they cover in there or that they carry. So that's why I say when we're done with the presentation, go to the website, pull down this, and it gives you the links. Go build your sources based on what you're seeing in the presentation. So, as I recall, Online Metals also has a discount for FIRST robotics teams. I don't know that it's a big one, but I believe that they do have a discount.